Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. Oh, and I was able to start on time today, which is good. Someone was asking me in the comments in advance because I said, show's starting soon, folks. And they said, oh, Mercury retrograde for you. And I'm like, no, it's all good. Although Mercury is retrograde at the moment. So you never know. Remember, there's also been a lot of solar flare activity and all that stuff. But also, as well, I think sometimes some of the technical stuff as well is just to do with energy and the anticipation. So, anyway, here we are, Monday Madness. I feel like you've seen quite a lot of me last week, actually, isn't it? Quite a few videos, isn't it? Extra one, the dream from well, the Bill Gates dream. Then there was the collaboration video I did, or where I was interviewed, put that out. So I think I had probably about 4 videos out. I think it was last week. So this week will be, I think, back to its usual 3 things to discuss today. Oh, it's so interesting. Oh, I just realized I was supposed to kind of set up. I wonder if I could do it now. 1 minute. Let me see. I wonder if I'm going to be able to do it. Let me just see. 1 minute. I just wanted to show people where they can where they can actually where they can put their questions, because people have questions. Actually, if I put in scans, oh no, it's not going to be there. It's going to be in pictures. Let me just see if I was supposed to set this up beforehand. I was just like, oh, let me just do it now. Screenshots, that's it. Let's go to screenshots and let's load that one, open that. All right, so if I'm just showing you here, if you want to leave questions for me, you go to here. Obviously, this is when people email me asking for questions, and let me just get the next one up. Let's put image file here, and then let's put this one here and open that. And then so I mean, look, forgive, it's written in with computer using the keyboard, but basically that's what you do. So if you want to leave questions for me, you, like, if I just go back, you go click on my channel, go up to my channel, then you click up here on posts, and then in the posts under it where I've asked for questions, you go to the comments, and that's where you leave your questions, and that's where you leave your questions there. So just so it's clear to everyone. All right, so what we want to talk about today, there's questions that are about tech and earthquakes. There's a question about, will Trump destroy the West Wing? I've got some of my own questions, 2 of my own questions that I've flung in. One is about Mitch McConnell. So I'm going to play a little bit of clip just to give you a little bit of a context of what other people are speculating. There is a bit of potty mouth though in this one, so I don't want you to be put off too much. But this whole Mitch McConnell thing, this guy is like, look, I think he's gone. So let's read on that, but just giving potty mouth warning in advance, not from me, from the clip, but mine of you guys have seen when I've shared Kyle Kalinske, and he's pretty potty mouth, but he's on it. And one of the other things I want to talk about is how AI is affecting the brains of the youth. So I'm going to show you several clips from a video, which is a compilation of not only college students struggling to read, but also the public, but also teachers responding to why the situation is as it is. And that's something that I want to look at, because as you know, the AI situation is close to my heart, in the sense of I believe that that AI has a role in the future, but I am very concerned at how much it is degrading, particularly the younger generation's ability to be able to think for themselves, and then protocols that are being put in place that keep reinforcing that. I don't think it's quite the same in the UK, from what I understand. I mean, the whole world has its own issues, but we are basically banning social media and stuff like that for kids for 16 and under. And also as well, in schools, there's going to be no mobile phones, no tablets, nothing like that, because school should be school. And it might seem a little bit extreme, but when I share some of the clips with you of what is kind of unfolding now, particularly in the States, I'm sure you guys will agree maybe the pendulum has swung a little bit too far the other way. So let's see who's in. Let's see who's in. Someone says here, spiritual hacks, what's happening tomorrow? I didn't quite understand. Oh, right. Okay, that's Jerry Golden responding to someone else. Let's actually go to the top of the chat and say hello. Oh, got a new member here. Susanna, thank you so much for becoming a member. Much appreciated. You're going to get all those juicy videos and all of those different kind of things. Great Monday, everyone's there, says Linda Saunders. Arlene says, hi, Hogarth fans, which is so nice. Oh, someone says here, Arlene says, congrats to England for winning the match against Mexico. I was concerned about England would fare paying in the high altitude stadium. And apparently, well done to England. I'm not the biggest football fan. I've been watching the Wimbledon, I must confess. You know me, it's all about the tennis. I've been a lifelong tennis player. I've been playing since I was about 7 or 8. So, no, that's not true. 9, maybe since I was maybe 9, 10, which is in a way a little bit late for tennis. Well, no, it's not that late. Anyway, never mind. I'm rambling on. What is this called here? Going to see the England's next game at my favorite club, the Elephant and Castle, next weekend. Oh, good for you. Someone said here, Janet Minton said, where is Hovey and what did you do to him? Well, I wasn't actually late today. I was actually on time. Hoagie, did you leave late from tennis again? No, I wasn't late, was I? I'm sure I put this up at 11:55. Did I not put? Did I get the time wrong? No. Anyway, I'll have to check afterwards, but I'm pretty certain that I put this up at 11:55. Ooh, now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure. Oh, bummer. It's too late to check now. Let's just get stuck in. Let's see who else is here. What is this kind of here? Good evening from Awful Sarah. As usual, I've one eye on my tablet and the other on the TV, keeping fingers crossed for USA. But after yesterday, all bets are off. Yeah, because we're not reached I think we're in the knockout stage, isn't it? What's this here? Jerry says, world is not happy with Team USA, Trump, FIFA. Oh, what's going on there? Could you elaborate on that for me? I've not been able to catch it because I've been busy with clients today. What's this called here? Camif or Cami Forsell says, I'm so likely to have stumbled way into one of your long episodes with tarot cards and psychic impressions of those cards. Oh, thank you. And then Raymond is saying, hit the like for Hogarth. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Let's just dive in with some questions and then we'll just dig in. I'm going to share some video clips and I want you guys' opinions on this, particularly when it comes to the education thing. I just want to know how you guys are feeling about where stuff is going. Yeah, just about where stuff is going right now. This question's coming from Nick Minks. Let me put this to the side actually so it doesn't get wet. Nick Minks says, hola. So she says, so there is the talk is about Russia/China using tech to trigger a Japanese earthquake. Yeah, I think we did read on this, didn't we? But the US have this. The US have this. Tesla actually created a device and the FBI seized the files after his death. Ooh. Would or have the US used this recently? Maybe out there, but right now anything is possible. Oh, but for what reason though? To what end? Because remember as well, there were quakes in California and in Japan as well. I mean, if I were the USA, I certainly wouldn't be tackling Japan with an earthquake at the moment because Japan holds the most of USA debt. So I'm not quite sure. Let's just read on. Is this a technology that countries are potentially using? America attacking Japan wouldn't make any sense at all in any reasoning because like I said, Japan holds most of the US bond debt. If anything happened to Japan, it's not going to be good for the States or the whole world, actually. Let's just see. Is earthquake technology being used? Is earthquake technology being used? Oh, God, I need to get the extra camera. Pardon me. Let's just add, there we are. Get the questions up to the side. Is earthquake technology being used? And I'll get more of you in the chat. Happy Monday Madness, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed your July 4th celebrations if you had them. Hopefully you guys just kind of chilled out a bit at home and you know, didn't put yourself in harm's way with any of the cray and the mad weather. Oh my God, heat waves, lightning, the whole shebang. What am I doing here? Let's move the camera a little bit, maybe a little bit back like that. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? It's a bit better. Oh wow. Oh my, gee whiz. This is, you know what, you never know what the cards are going to bring up. That's why it's always good, just even if you think a question is random, it's always good. All right, so I was asking, like, are countries in the broader sense using earthquake technology to potentially induce earthquakes? Look at the first card that comes out. The Devil. Oh, I've got to cover the bits. This in my traditional deck. So look, this is what attachments, this is dark agendas, machinations, evil plots, not good. Yeah, not good. So this, I mean, just based on that would say, wow, this could really, I think the answer to that in many ways is like, yeah, this certainly there are dark nefarious plans. And isn't it the case that CERN has been closed down to 2030 or something like that? Again, I've not had time to catch up on that story. We look here, we got the Two of Pentacles. So here you see this is a topsy-turvy. Do you see here? It's a topsy-turvy energy. And you see the stormy seas in the background. Let's not forget as well, earthquakes that happen at sea also become what? Tsunamis. So there is this element here when you combine that, you know, with the Devil, with the two, and the Two of Pentacles can also talk about manipulation. And let's not forget as well, Pentacles also represent the element of earth. Wow. If we look here, the next card here is the Ace of Swords. So this is often referred to as the Sword of Truth, isn't it? Sword of Truth. There could be an element of revelation. Maybe it could actually emerge that there has this potentially could be nefariously used. I mean, how they would use it, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I suppose you would do it with maybe dynamite on certain trigger points, but I think as well, even though there is speculation, we also need to remember there is tremendous sunspot activity at the moment. And let's also bear in mind, when the sun is very active, we do get more earthquakes on Earth. Uranus is also in sidereal Taurus as well, which is also an earth sign, which can also talk about that. But there may be some truth that may emerge in the future, guys, where there might be more detail on this. Right now, it's probably still in that conspiracy theory, but it may emerge as a factual truth. And particularly if you look here, look at this Tower card, which is literally like being struck by lightning. Again, one of my cards for Uranus. Uranus is in sidereal Taurus. So, you know, when we start to put these things together, we see, look, struck by lightning or shocking or unexpected events. Or here, obviously, the lightning, the tower's been struck, but the earth will also be shaking. You can see it's very precarious. So, oh, and then if we look here, we've got the Hanged Man. Now, this is a card of stillness. Of course, it's not a card of speed because the guy is strung up. However, what you'll see here, there's this element here of a different perspective. So it could be that this may become maybe weaponizing the environment. I think when we did read on this, it was like the technology wasn't quite there yet, maybe in terms of precision. But this could be something that foreign governments are considering, reading the cards backwards. Yeah, to shake things up, to create a disaster. Yeah. which could have also caused political change. Here, you know, the truth on this may come out with the swords, but there is manipulation there for sure with the Two of Pentacles, and rather dark desires by certain governments to potentially perfect this and perpetuate these things. So, oh, that's a bit of a worry, isn't it? I wasn't really expecting that, but got to say what I see, isn't it? Got to say what I see. Oh my goodness! Wow. Thanks for that question, Nick Minks. I wasn't really expecting it to go. Wasn't expecting it to go in that direction. I would have preferred it if it was just a clear no, isn't it? But maybe not. Maybe not. All right, let's bring some more of you in. Let's see here. So Nancy. Oh, what a nice picture there. Hello, Hoagie, and everyone from rainy Massachusetts. You know what? We're crying out for some rain here in the UK. I mean, who would have thought? You'd think, like, a lot of people think it's all foggy and it's rain all the time. Let me tell you, last 5 years in the southeast, in particular, where I am, it's getting very dry, and these hot summers. Well, mind you, we did have a wet winter. What's this here? Arlene saying, swear it's like weekend at Bernie's, or in this case, weekend at bureaucrats. Let's just see here. And then someone says here, Cami Forsell says, Huggy, thank you for sharing your gifts with everyone. I have been pulling tarot cards for years. After seeing your episodes on YouTube, I find the cards I pull very often ring true. Yeah, so yeah, of course, please pull along with me and on my shows as well. Let's see who else is here. Let's greetings from every unusual perfect weather day. So some people getting good weather, which is nice. Someone says that Huggy's always fashionably late. Maybe he's like ironing another one's gorgeous shirts. I must put down the wrong. What time did I put? I'm sure it was 11:55. Oh my God, I've got to check back on myself now and see what I put. Anyway, ooh, this is a good one. Alice Bell said, what do you see with the American currency? Will we be going to cryptocurrency? Oh, that's a good one. Let's have a little pull on that. Very good question. Have a slurp. I need to check the time. I swear I put 11:55 p.m. How am I going to check? Let me just see. Because my brain is just doing backflips now. 1 minute. On momento. Let me just see what time I put for blooming. Unless you guys are playing tricks on me. Let me see where it's. Oh, crumbs. Now, because now, of course, it says live. Oh, bollocks. Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, I know what to do. Because I'm a bit paranoid now. I'm like, what did I do? Let's go. 1 minute. Let me just see where I put the actual. Yeah, let's have a look. Scheduled. Oh, I can't check now. Never mind. I'll have to check afterwards. I have to just let it go. What else? What was someone saying here? It's hot in Iowa. Thank you, Hogarth. And then someone, a bit of chat here. Arlene says, Grant Clinton's stained his legacy with Monica Lewinsky, but he balanced the budget. I mean, the whole Monica Lewinsky thing is just looking like basically someone breaking wind in a hailstorm right now, isn't it? It just almost seems nearly quaint. It's just extraordinary how much has changed. Let's just see. McTurtle's. Yeah, McTurtle's next accessory is a toe tag. Yeah, could well be. Yeah. And I'll play some clips of that. Starting a new. Oh, now this is good to see. Tamara said, starting in the new school year 2026-2027, California is banning all cells in public schools. They have to. When I play you these clips, oh guys, it's really deeply concerning. Thank you finally, Judy, for your kind donation. Much appreciated. Ah, look, someone says here, you're on time. Thank you for clarifying that in my mind. I was like, Oh, I'm like, what's going on? So Mary Pepperson says, no, Hoagie, your time was perfect. All right, so that means those people in the chat were pulling my leg. You naughty, naughty little, I'm going to say sweet things because you are really sweet and I do love you all. Pulling my leg, making me think that I was just like, oh, but there you are. You know, you've all got a good sense of humor anyway in the chit chat. Let's look. Right, here we are. Look, let's go to question number 2, and I've literally written here: is Mitch McConnell dead? Now I'm going to play you a little clip. Some potty mouth here. So apologies in advance for those that may be offended by strong language, but I think people do feel pretty kind of strong about this stuff, isn't it? Got the sound, share, and then hopefully it's in the right place. All right, could be some potty mouth here, but read the comments.
Donald Trump and the Republicans with kid gloves. There is reporting today that Mitch McConnell's aides made a bombshell admission about his health. What was that supposed bombshell? More of the same bullshit where they say, oh, the senator appreciates the outpouring of support and he's recovering in the hospital. He continues to improve and he's working closely with the staff on Senate and blah, 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 blah. I can guarantee you that motherfucker is incapacitated if he's still breathing. Ooh. But to say that it is some kind of bombshell admission from his aides to say the same thing they said 3 weeks ago that he's just recovering in the hospital is an absolute nothing burger. Remember, we haven't heard from this fucker for 3 weeks now. We have not seen nor heard a single thing from him. And many people have postulated that he's actually a vegetable or he already passed away, but the Republicans aren't doing anything because they want to try to hold out until the beginning of August so they can claim that they don't have time for a special election. But that's not even a thing. According to Kentucky law, it doesn't matter if there's 2 months or 3 months before the midterms, you still have to hold a special election. And may we also remind these people that hiding the death of a U.S. senator is illegal. I swear, they need to blow this wide open because this is just bullshit at this point. I will never...
Yeah, that is a fair point. So yeah, some potty mouth in there, but I think he makes some very good points. And someone here in the comments has said he's probably on life support and brain dead, and because they didn't want to declare him legally dead until they absolutely have to, they could actually keep him on life support for years to prolong an actual legal death certificate. The government government Kentucky needs to get involved. And then this person here says term limits are needed for every branch of the government. Also, anyone else see that a stage partially collapsed on Trump's look at me fair while an act was rehearsing on it. So let's just stop the share there. Let me get back in here. So what are your thoughts on that, guys? A little bit of potty mouth there, but it does seem extraordinary. You know, like, as you guys know, I wouldn't put anything past these guys. I wouldn't put anything past these guys. It's been like 3 weeks. Where are the updates? Someone also, like people in the comments were also saying to me that apparently his wife has gone back to China. So if that's the case, she's certainly not expecting him to recover, and she's certainly not planning to be there for holding his hand or whatever. You know, it's quite extraordinary. And when I was reading that comment that was left on that video, you know, they would do something like that, wouldn't they? If McConnell has gone, yeah, or shall we say he's in a vegetative state, they're not going to admit that, are they? Because then it means there would have to be a primary and he could potentially be replaced by a Democrat, which of course could have a big impact. So do let me know your thoughts on that, guys, in the comments. Let's just pull some cards here and just see what's going on. And I think it is legitimate. You know, I don't normally like to read on death per se, but in this context, I think it's different because, like the guy was saying, it's been a few weeks now and nothing. And it's just the same old. And we know that the GOP are a bunch of lying SOBs, and it's so consequential to the zeitgeist even, because Mitch McConnell has been a real stalwart, you know, he's been very much sort of like a linchpin of the obstruction and the obfuscation and the machinations, shall we say, of the Republican Party. And if he has passed, it would be a huge psychological blow, as well as deeply consequential, wouldn't it? So do let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And let's just see what the cards have to say. And yeah, it's really simple. Basically, is Mitch still with us, or is he? So look, like I say, well, I want you to know I'm not wishing death, yeah. But if we see cards like, particularly if we see the Four of Swords, which you guys know for me is more like a death than the actual death card, or literally the death card, or things like the High Priestess, the Moon, things that can talk about machinations, stuff like that, then we'll see. All right, let's see. Mitch McConnell. What is he still here? Is he still here? Where is he still here? Is Mitch McConnell still here? Let me just move the questions off to the side. I might have to pull some clarifiers. Let's see what's going on. Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to have to pull some clarifiers on that. So look, we get the Ace of Wands. Now, this is normally a card of energy, vigor, brand new beginnings. However, when you see the next card, yeah, we see the card of loss and grief. So brand new beginnings for who? Could it be that there's been a loss? If Mitch isn't here, that would mean a primary, wouldn't it? That could also be a reasonable interpretation of a new beginning, wouldn't it? If Mitch is gone, that it means a new beginning would be initiated. And do let me know in the comments how that would change the balance of power in terms of Congress and stuff like that, because I understand it's pretty close, isn't it? It's almost like every Republican counts. So there's an element here, new beginnings, but also grief. If we then look here, look, we see we've got the Hermit card, which is the card of introspection, reflection, research, going deep within, silence. Maybe he might still be alive, or maybe he's comatose or something like that, or unresponsive. Yeah, there's this element of unresponsiveness. But if he is unresponsive, then of course this is a moment of deep reflection as well for the Republican Party, because they'll be like, what is it that we do? We can't, if we announce that he's either passed or he's brain dead or he is so incapacitated that he's not able to come back, that's gonna trigger something. It's going to be deep consequences for us. So I think that both things are true. I think this could be talking about the state of Mitch McConnell, but also the state of the Republican Party as well. Oh, there's 952 of you here right now. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. If we look here, the next card that we have that comes out for Mitch is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords can be quite a clinical card. Yeah, it's a decision-making card. The Sword Suite, of course, deals with air, the element of air, and the intellect. So what this tells us, and this sometimes can, as you know, I associate it with accountancy, but this can also be lawyers. This can also be doctors. Yeah. So there is, I think here, a decision soon has to be made. Yeah, a decision soon has to be made. You know the sense I'm getting? Like I'm getting a bit of a psychic kick here of whether to keep the machine on or not. Think about it. Let's just use our common sense. If Mitch was okay, we would be having news that he's okay. Yeah. He wouldn't be still in hospital 3 weeks later. Clearly, something has gone deeply wrong. And it may be that he's not yet passed, but he might be in an in-between world. Yeah. Might be in an in-between world. And then someone's going to have to make a decision. And then look, the outcome card is the Three of Cups. So I think we all know who would be celebrating if he should be no more. Again, like, I'm not wishing for it. At the end of the day, even like with when it comes to the time that Duck Larange pops his clogs, whenever that is, it's still up to spirit whenever that is. But let's put some clarifiers on the oh, look what's at the bottom. The Tower. Wow. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers. Just gonna, and this is for everyone that wants to know. It's the Manzel's deck, yeah, the Manzel Tarot 2 deck. Gorgeous deck. All right. What's the clarification, Spirit, on this Three of Cups for Mitch? Maybe that's the wife celebrating. Oh God, I think she. Oh God, when I tune in, I think she'd be very happy. Unfortunately. For him, anyway. Let's see if he should be no more. Let's see what's there. Clarification. Just let the cards speak. See what's going on. See what we get. Four of Wands, which is about me reaching a milestone. The Hermit comes back. Ace of Pentacles. All right. So as we saw at the base of the deck, it was the Tower. Yeah, the Tower's already come out already. So again, we've got a repeat of the energy. If Mitch is gone or he's comatose, this is a Tower moment for the GOP. Absolutely. Disaster. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, of course, is like reaching a milestone, but it's also one of the cards that I use for the White House. Yeah. So, of course, it would be what? A disaster for the White House. The Hermit comes back. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say he's still technically alive, but I think he's comatose, or so incapacitated that he can't function without a machine breathing for him, because we've got the energy of the Hermit come back twice. Here you can see this is literally a liminal describing, you see, is between worlds. I feel like he's between worlds. And then the Ace of Cups is talking about the money. Yeah, money, the finance, the corruption. They don't want word to come out that Mitch is either passed or comatose, because there's vested interests, because they know that, of course, if they have some kind of primary and a Democrat gets in, that's going to be big problems for them. So I'm not saying that he is fully left the earth. I'm going to say it looks like he is between worlds, which means he could be in a coma, or he's slipping in and out of consciousness, something like that. And I think based on those cards, I think that's a fair interpretation. I think you would agree with that, wouldn't you guys? I think you would agree with that. Wow, over 1,000 of you here with me right now. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure how many will turn. I was like, oh God, they'll be bored of seeing me this week. Videos like, oh, did you see the hamster wheel? Where's my obsidian? Where's my obsidian? Let me hold on to this in case they come with their douchebaggery. All right, so that's Mitch. Interesting, that, isn't it? Interesting. Let's bring some more of you in, and then we're going to get onto the old education bit as well. So let's see what's going on here. Yes, some people confirming I'm on time. Thank you so much, Susan. What's this? Oh, Connie's giving me some clarification. What did you tell me, Connie? Trump talked to the FIFA leader and SK for leniency for red carded player. Oh no. Yeah, and she says they're not fair. Oh my God. Let's just see. Oh my God. Look at this. Look, this is before I even saw this. Look, Dragon Lady says, David Patman just did a video saying that his sources are saying that Mitch McConnell has been unconscious / in a coma for the last 3 weeks. Oh my goodness. So you see that I read, well, you saw for yourself. I don't need to repeat myself. That's what I said. I said it's like he's between worlds. I said I don't think he's technically dead, but he's probably in a coma, something like that. And there, confirmation. Oh my God, that's spooky, isn't it? Goosebumps. There you go, folks. And the Hermit came twice, so I think that was a correct interpretation of the card. Well, you guys know I can read the cards anyway, but whatever. I mean, but isn't it interesting just to have that confirmation there? Yeah, I strongly suspect it, because of course if he was hunky-dory, then they would be announcing, even if they were pushing him in a chair or something, oh, he's coming back. And no, there's no such words. Oh, let's see here. Oh my God, I was supposed to read on the dollar and I got distracted, didn't I? So Yowing Fells, can we read on whether the World Cup is rigged? Trump's called FIFA president, got a red card rescinded to US player, was not suspended for play today. Wow. All right, let me just, now that I've recalled myself, because I did say that I would, oh God, the camera's going a bit skewiffed. Forgive me. Just pull this forward a little bit. Sometimes the weight of the camera. All right. Someone asked, will there be crypto? Oh, crypto for the dollar. That's too many to fall out. Oh, look at Will there be crypto for the dollar? What will happen to the dollar? Will it be turned into crypto? I've heard the Russians, I think about last year, late last year, was accusing the Trump administration, saying, look, they want to digitize, they want to digitize the dollar via stable coins, upload it to the cloud, and then devalue it. Yeah, so there is speculation there. All right, let's see. Dollar, digital, will it become digital? And then we're going to look at education and the like. Let's see. US dollar. And if we see pentacles come up, of course, that can talk about money, particularly if we see the Ace of Pentacles. But let's just see what the cards have to say. US dollar. I feel like I'm on that one. Let's have a look. Well. These people are shameless. All right. We look here. We've got the Sword of Truth. Yeah, Sword of Truth. So there are issues for the dollar. Yeah, let's not sugarcoat it. There are issues for the dollar. Is it going to stop being the world currency immediately? No, but it is reaching a point where less and less people are holding dollars. And of course, we're also in the era as well of BRICS and all the situation in Strait of Hormuz and Japanese interest rates rising, and which is of course affecting their ability to hold, the Japanese, what do they call it? The Japanese yen swap and all of this kind of stuff. Anyway, look, this moment of truth has arrived. So it is a bit tricky for the dollar. However, we get the Knight of Swords. So I think the powers that be in this rather incompetent administration, they're going to charge ahead with some kind of aggressive move. Yeah. If we look here, though, we get the Eight of Cups. So there is a sense of abandonment here. Unfortunately, yes, more and more countries are moving away from the dollar and things. The petrodollar, of course, has been pretty much abandoned, and now they're trying to sell oil in yuan and stuff like this. So that this is happening, across the world. But I think this is also the craziness that's been happening. But I think this is also talking about the Trump administration. Yeah, they are walking away. I feel like they are walking away. They are abandoning the dollar. If we look here, we've got the Knight of Cups. So it looks like they might be trying to come with some new offering, some new proposition. And then here you have the Magician, which of course the shadow of the Magician can be manipulation, but this can also be all kinds of innovation technology. It's also one of my cards for Elon Musk, but this could so easily be the tech bros and stuff like that. So I would say from that, this Trump administration is basically, I think, abandoning the dollar. And they're going to go for some kind of digital control currency, something like that. But they're going to make some kind of offering to the public. They're going to try and sell it. But I think they're moving aggressively. Yeah. And then the truth will be clear to all when I read the cards backwards. So Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen in a hot minute, but I think there are plans to, particularly with this administration, to move away from the dollar and maybe stable coins or some kind of Ripple or H bar or some kind of digital alternative. Given that, yeah. All right, let's look at how am I doing on time. All right, let's look at the. Someone wanted to ask if FIFA is corrupt. Well, I think we can actually answer that question. Yes, it is corrupt. And yes, they would do favors for Trump. How much in terms of rigging matches, I'm not sure, but they are corrupt, absolutely, and for enterprises only. And let's just see here. Some people saying here, good boy Bup is saying, oh, that's a good name. Hello, again, viewers. And then someone says, or more clarification, DB says, Hergy, an American footballer, got a red card, so should have been out for this match against Belgium. Trump called Infantino from FIFA and said the card wasn't fair, so miraculously the player is back. Oh, well, there you are. That is complete corruption. Oh, what's this here? Raymond is saying, is CERN the cause of recent volcano earthquake activity because it was turned off? Oh, all right. Let's all these intriguing questions. Oh, my dear fans. Thanks so much for you see that? Card just fell out. Look, let me just put the camera on. We'll just do that. That fell out. Ace of Wands is back. What's that? The second or third time tonight? My goodness. What's going on with CERN? Interesting, because they said they switched it off, yet this is the card of initiating something new. Or maybe something new has come to light. That's what I think it is. So let's see what's going on with those dodgy folk over there in Switzerland. Not that the Swiss are dodgy. I'd love to go to Switzerland, actually, but you know what I mean. CERN folk. What's going on with CERN folk? Come on, Spirit. What's going on over there? Why have they switched the thing off? I've been seeing all these video thumbnails of all CERN and blah, blah, blah. I've not had time to catch up. What's going on? Let's have a look. Can you share with us, my audience? Well, look at this. Oh, money's never far away. All right. There may be some kind of issue with funding. People demanding more pay. Yeah, here you see the wealthy merchant and they're dishing out. Or there's something that's been restricted. I think there might be issues with cash flow, funding, patronage. Someone's not wanting to quite cough up the money. Maybe the people in CERN are feeling underpaid for the work that they're doing, or they're not being compensated enough. But I think there's some dispute here to do with money. Yeah. And, you know, and in regards to some new approach, yeah, some new approach, the Ace of Wands. We look here, people are upset. People are upset. They are pissed about something. There's this sense of betrayal, yeah, a sense of betrayal that potentially connected with money, but it could also be some new project or some new protocol that's been initiated that they don't like. Yeah, absolutely. People are upset and hurt with the Three of Swords. Oh, 1,100 of you now. If we look here, they switched it off. Temperance card. They're trying to recalibrate something. Maybe something overheated, something went wrong. Maybe there's something sophisticated that they need to fix, or there's this sense of maybe people have called for it to be switched off to try and regain some kind of balance in some way. There could even be maybe even a spiritual or supernatural element here with this card. We're looking here as well. We see the Three of Wands, and this is one of my main cards for the Strait of Hormuz, but it can also talk about, you know, the global events or the global economy. The Two of Wands and the Three of Wands have quite a similar energy for me. They're looking out here. They're thinking of the consequences of something. And then we see the Ace of Pentacles is back again. So again, something to do with funding, money, or something's been shut down to maybe initiate some other kind of project of some kind. But there's definitely an element of money here and funding. And that's probably why it's been closed. If you guys have got any more information on that, that would be great. Right, let's get into the bits and bobs about education, because I want to make sure, because someone wanted to ask me if Trump will destroy the West Wing. Now I'm going to play you some clips here. Let me just make sure I get all of this lined up. Un momento. So let's do share screen and let's find you the clips, which was the one that I want. Here we are. So I'm going to share with you here, and let's expand this out. So, and you can see I've watched quite a bit of video. We're not all going to watch all of that, of course. Let's start here. He's I should do more of this actually. He's put some good chapters in here. So this is this guy. I think maybe a little bit of potty mouth may come, or it's been bleeped, but talking about the state of education in general, and then we'll click forward a bit.
Jump right into it.
The kids are like, I knew that the pandemic and ChatGPT was making us dumber. I didn't realize it was this bad. The University of California, San Diego just released a study on the math level of their incoming freshmen, and it is horrible. 1 out of every 8 kids needs to take a remedial math course. In 2020, like 5 years ago, it was 1 out of every 100. It 10x'd in 5 years. And when they say remedial math, they really mean remedial math. 1 out of every 10 kids couldn't do 66 plus 44. 25% of kids got 7 plus 2 equals blank plus 6 wrong. That's 25% of kids not being able to answer a first grade math question. 61% of kids couldn't round a number to the nearest 100. Holy. And keep in mind, this isn't high school or community college. This is UCSD, one of the best schools in the country. This school has a 24% acceptance rate. And before you make fun of UCSD, no, this is happening across the board at all colleges.
What do you mean 9% couldn't do 66 plus 44? A teacher here, if you're anywhere near the education field, we've known this for a while now. And schools are trying students cheat at basic skills. That's why they can't do anything. It's been rampant, uncontrollable cheating, and the parents reinforce it. And we're going to be seeing more examples of that a little bit later in the video. But we could take a look at one of the clips that's been going viral online of someone just going up to students and asking them to read what's on the card.
Read the index card for me.
She wore a suit, clothes that were... Who's this for? Extraordinary, but somewhat Gertrude?
No, explain what that means.
I don't know.
She wore a sahalat of clothes that were extraordinary, whatever, bro, but somewhat gooch.
What does that mean?
She wore a lot. Wait, she wore. Bro, I don't know, bro. Can you take the card back, please?
Okay, so I'm cutting it off there. We got more examples. I mean, this guy's got an entire series. But if you couldn't see, the words that they were stuck on were silhouette, extraordinary, and the word gauche. Now, at least for that one, I don't hear too many people saying gauche in everyday conversation. But not knowing silhouette or extraordinary, it's honestly really concerning. We go over to the comments, somebody just says, we're cooked. Everybody else saying this is just sad, this is sad. And we can move on to the next one that's basically a response to that video.
You should feel ashamed to be stupid. You should feel embarrassed to be stupid.
She's gonna have
and before anybody's like, Tara, that's ableist. No, it's not.
1 second. Let me just pause the play you a little bit more. So there was something, what is it? Speech therapy, and there's something to do with potty training as well. Where is it? Where is it? Speech therapy, 7 minutes 57. Oh, look, this woman here, listen to this. This is really quite intriguing. Oh,
Kindred is a global home swapping network that lets you travel the world by swapping homes within.
To the next clip.
I had a 6th grader who did not do a project, no part of the project at all. It was the end of the year and there was a 0 because
did not do anything.
The report cards came out and the parents were very upset that this child had a B in English. I said, I'm sorry, like, you didn't do the project. This was the first time I ever stood my ground on anything. My principal got an email from them. They also emailed the superintendent and they forced me to give this kid an A.
Same thing happens in high schools. High school diplomas don't hold any value anymore. This just teaches the students that they don't need to put in work.
Why don't kids care about school?
Right. So I think rather than the whole show be just about that, guys, let me know your thoughts on that. So did you see that teacher? The kid didn't submit an assignment. She told the parents, like, it has to be a 0, yeah, because No assignment was handed in. Somehow the student still got a B. And then the parents complained, and she was forced to upgrade that student's grade to an A. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my gosh. So do let me know. As to my growing groups, let's just see. My husband has been having dreams of an earthquake between. Oh, someone says here, Jeanette says, my husband's been having dreams of an earthquake between West Virginia and Missouri. Would ask you guys to show you in the cards. Oh, do you really want to know that? Was it not? Let's just see here. Let me just go down to the newer comments. Yes, someone said here, Anne is saying they took cursive out of schools. They can't do basic envelope, just the basic math that you should be able to do in your head. Yeah. And then someone says here, you're right on time from my perspective, sending light and love. Thank you. Yeah, so, and that's what one of the teachers was saying, that they've literally, I could go back to it, but I don't want the whole show just to be about that. I think you've seen enough for us to kind of talk about it here. Arlene says, sadly, some Gen Zers never learn to count back change without the register or calculator. I'm one of them. I carry this shame into adulthood. Oh, bless. Exactly. And then educational real Modmock says real education must be our priority going forward. Absolutely. And then Pet says pure madness taking place in the school system. Thanks, oh God, for all that you do. And someone says here, Graham Plattner. I can't remember what that was in response to, but thanks anyway. And then I maybe that was you responding to someone else in the chat. Spiritual Hack says the problem is that has always been a lack of staff. The school has become mind-numbingly boring, and no one is having it. Yeah, is having it anymore. Yeah. And then someone says here, and those two teachers are elementary school teachers, so we're not even talking about affecting their college applications. Sheesh. Yeah, they're in that clip. It also goes on to discuss that they are having to potty train new young kids in kindergarten, not potty trained. So they're having to change diapers and nappies and stuff. This is like, wow. And then someone says here, Ren says, this is exactly why I don't teach anymore. And Jerry says, no critical thinking skills, can't read or do math. No wonder the felon got in. It's just, Mickey Mouse says, this is not new, but it's gotten worse. These kids are so smart. They are dumb. Oh, crikey. And then someone says, Cindy says, we need to fund healthcare and education, not war. Indeed. Yeah. And then, yeah, and what's it called? Innocent Potato says, well, a girl Twitler went to a private school and an Ivy League University of Pennsylvania. Felon 34 actually said, we had to protect our airports from British Army during the Revolutionary War. There were no aeroplanes back in the Revolutionary War. Oh my goodness. And then, and it said here, what is the demographic of the other students in this series? Oh, all over. All over. Like it was all different colors, creeds, backgrounds. Those were just the two that were at the front. All across the board. But obviously it would end up the video's like 45 minutes long. I can't make the whole show about the video. Just had to get some choice little clips here and there. Parents need to make sure their kids have a break from phone and reading a book. And then someone says here, tax mistress said, it's not the fault of the kid, it's the fault of the administration that wants to dumb down the population so they can have conversations. Yeah, so they can't have conversations like this. It's all about Catalian genius. Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. And then Wagging Tail says, honestly, if the dumpster fire can't be held accountable for crimes it's actually been found guilty of, how can we expect students to be held accountable? Yeah, that's another one as well. And then people put here as well, Roy, what's that? Ronnie, we can say that then maybe. And don't forget about violent disruptions in class. Indeed. So I think I made my point on that, and we could see all there. Let me know again, if you're watching this later, your thoughts in the comments, what you think about that, where education's going. What does this mean going forward, that we have young people? I think in one of the other clips in that thing as well, they said there are people graduating college who have never read a book, a full book, back to back, never excerpts of a book, never read a full one, which is just a travesty, really, isn't it? All right, so this question's coming from Just Living My Life. She says, hi Hogarth, Trump has already destroyed the East Wing of the White House. Will he be petty and try to bulldoze the remaining when he loses the midterm? I think he'll try to do something. If he can't have it, no one else will. So let's do a poll on that, and let's just ask, what will Trump do if and when he loses the midterms? We assume, and I think it's a bit too big to rig. You know, this is my instinct. My instinct is that it's too big to rig. If Trump somehow comes off with some kind of win, you know it's rigged. Just absolutely, because his popularity is dire, and even amongst MAGA he's losing popularity, so he obviously can't win with independents or Democrats. I just want to say thank you so much for your super sticker, Vazzy. Thanks again, of course, to finally Judy, and of course thanks to Susanna for becoming a member. So it's so let's see, what will Trump do if and when he loses the midterms? Did you see it? Oh, look at that. What? How did it come out? Can I interpret that as... let's just have it. Look, he's scheming. Yeah, he's plotting, working on a plan. Yeah, probably to try and steal the midterms. The evil... let me just stay calm 1 minute, trying to stay calm. Right. If Trump loses the midterms, what will he do? What will he do if he loses the midterms? I mean, what an absurd scenario. I mean, we've got basically Mitch McConnell comatose, and they're basically keeping, they're keeping the body warm, just so that they don't have to, so they don't have to declare. And remember, I saw that King of Swords, and I said someone's going to have to make the decision whether or not to switch off the machine. It's just so sinister. Look, I am no fan of Mitch McConnell, but if they are literally keeping his body alive just so that they can not face some kind of political kind of runoff, it's just beyond. It's just beyond. Anyway, these people are beyond despicable. Epstein files revealed that anyway. Right, so let's get back to it. All right, if Trump loses the midterms, what will he do? Trump loses the midterms, what will he do? Let's have a look here. What will he do? Trump loses the midterms. What will he do? Trump loses the midterms. What will he do? And thank you everyone so much for joining me. It's 1,134 of you here with me live right now. And if you've not done so already, of course, you know I say it every time. Please be sure to like and subscribe and share and all that stuff. Remember, subscription is free, so it just helps the channel grow and the algorithms and all of that stuff. But thanks for all the support. All right, let's see here. If he doesn't win, King of Wands, please. Well. All right. So remember the first card that fell out, 3 of Pentacles. So he's scheming, working hard on the plan. Yeah, could be him, Elon Musk, the tech bros, whoever will listen at this point to try and, execute the plan. This is the card of collaboration. Yeah, but you see here as well, it's quite dark in there. Yeah. And we're talking on politics. So this can also talk about the shadowy forces, can also talk about dark money. Yeah. If we look here, if he loses the midterms, what is Trump going to focus on? Business. He's just going to focus on probably getting more coins out, more this, that, and the other. He's probably like, you know what, I just need to make as much money as I can. But here, like, it's the King of Wands is a card, as you guys know, I associate with business. Yeah, so he's going to focus on business, stuff like that. We look here, Two of Cups, new collaborations, partnerships, whoever you can team up with. Yeah, business ventures, extension of that. He's going to be talking, proclamating, pages of order always to do with messages. Wands can be the spokesperson. Yes, he's going to be making his proclamation, standing up and saying, oh, it was rigged and all of this kind of usual crap. But really, it's all about lining in his own pockets and his wealth. Yeah, his wealth. He's obviously multi-billionaire now, and he's made, I think it was at one point over 1.4 billion or something like that from cryptocurrency alone. Here, the Nine of Pentacles, exemplifying that. But then look, then there's like, it's like a health strike or a health crisis. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles is about being out in the cold. He would obviously be out in the cold to a greater extent, of course, if he lost the midterms, just politically. But this could also show a further breaking down and a deterioration in his health. You never know. It could even be something wrong with the leg. Maybe the ankles might even flare up even more. But if he were to lose the midterms, it's gonna be pretty bad. He'll be lining his pockets, yeah, saying that it was stolen. Yeah, so Nine of Pentacles, lining his pockets, saying that it was stolen, collaborating, doing business deals with whoever he can, yeah, with any businessman that he can find, you know, on his schemes and his plans. But ultimately, if he loses the midterms, it's the property card. So it's not going to be good for Duck Larange at all. Let's leave it there, folks. I hope you found the show interesting. Thanks so much for joining me. And we'll see. But the Mitch thing, wow, like really, that's the sense. Like they're keeping the, I don't even want to say it, but to me, it's like they're keeping the body warm. He's not there. He's between worlds, and at some point they're gonna have to make a decision whether they're gonna keep the machine going or not. The wife apparently is already gone, and yeah, brutal. Not that I'm just saying on a human level. I'm no fan of Mitch McConnell. I think you guys know that, but if you think about it, the wife's left, you're literally on your deathbed, you're comatose, and they're keeping your body warm just so that they don't have to face the political whatnot. So your body is held hostage. Oh my God. What a karma. If that's the case, what a karma. Anyway, I will leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Big love, everyone. Mwah! And of course, you will see me on Wednesday's show. Actually, what do I have coming up? I think it's just the usual lineup for this Wednesday. Yes, it will be the usual lineup. Anyway, I will see you soon, folks. So bye for now. All right, big love, everyone. Cheers.